Shalom, everyone. All praises to the Most High Yahweh and Elohim. Through the spirit of Yahushua Mashiach, this is your boy, your friend, your brother, Frenchie, the West African Yasharal. So today's topic, lesson investigation, is going to be about you are not what your father is. You heard me. You are not what your father is. Meaning, some of you Hebrew Israelites try to say that if an Israelite man lay with any woman, the children going to be Israelite because of the father. But if an Israelite woman laid with anybody from any other nation, the child is automatically from the other nation. Now, this ain't working with the scriptures. Yeah, what you're trying to do is the one-drop rule. That don't work with the tribes of Israel. And let me prove it to you. So once again, you are not what your father is. I'm going to show it to you. Yeah? You can only be what your father is among the tribe of Israel. That's all. But let me prove it to you. With the script. So let's get it started. Yeah? Let's get it started. Yeah? All right. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 1. Numbers chapter 1. Yeah. We want verse 1 through 3. Let's read. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Mizraim, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by the house of their fathers. So that's when people try to say, oh, you see, it says the house of their father. That means that you Israel because of your father. No. Let's continue. With the number of their names, every male by their polls, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. So this is not stating that you're Israelite because of your father. This was a system that Yahweh put in place to have order. Yeah? You will be represented, yeah, by the house of your father. Yeah? This is an order of registration for the Israelite. Yeah? Let's continue. Let's continue. We stayed in Numbers chapter 1. Now we want verse 17 through 18. And we read. Numbers chapter 1 verse 17 through 18. We read. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father. First of all, you're not a dog, yeah, to have a pedigree. But anyway, according to the number of the names for 20 years old and upwards by their polls. This is not saying that you an Israelite because of your father. This is just a sort of registration system that Yahweh gave to the Israelite. Yeah? To have order. Yeah, for wars and things of that nature. Priesthood and things of that nature. Yeah? But let's continue and let's prove further what I'm trying to say. Yeah? Because I know we got some knuckleheads Hebrew Israelite that's still going to say, but. Yeah? Let's go to Deuteronomy Chapter 7. Deuteronomy Chapter 7. Yeah. Deuteronomy Chapter 7. And we want verse 3. Let's read. That's in the law, right? We're still in the law, right? The Torah that you say you respect. Yeah? Let's read. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters, or thy daughter, thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Does that make sense? Yeah? This was a commandment of Yahuwah for us to not melt with the Canaanites and all the other groups that are non-Israelites. Yeah? It says to not give your daughter unto their sons and not take their daughters for thy sons. So if it was okay for Israelite to interracial mix, yeah, or whatnot, why would that verse be talking about men? If you are what your father is because of, if you are an Israelite because of your father, yeah, this verse should not be written that right here. It should be just talking about thou shalt not give thy daughter, and that's it. Thou shalt not give thy daughter unto his son. But it stated that nor his daughter shall thou take unto your sons. So men and women of Israel, yeah, were restricted to not melt with other nations, to not mix with other nations. So cut the crap with you're what your father is. That's not true. But let me further prove what I'm talking about. Yeah? Let me further prove what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's go to the book of Jubilees now. Yeah? The book of Jubilees in the Cipher Bible. The book of Jubilees. Yeah? The book of Jubilees, chapter 30. Hebrew 1, verse 7 through 14. Yeah? So Jubilees, chapter 30, verse 7 through verse 14. And let's read. You're going to understand that you're not what your father is. And if there's any man who wishes in Yasharal to give his daughter or his sister, or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the other nations, he shall surely die. And they shall stone him with stones, for he has wrought shame in Yasharal. And they shall burn the woman with fire, because she had dishonored the name of the house of her father. Yeah, still the same system. Yeah, over and over in scripture you will see the same system. And she shall be rooted out of Yasharal. And let not a woman take bricks with luck, and no uncleanness be found in Yasharal throughout all the days of the generations of earth. So that's forever, yeah? Let's continue, because you're going to be thinking that it's only about women. Excuse me. For Yasharal is holy unto Yahuwah, and every man who has defiled it shall surely die. They shall stone him with stone, for thus has it been ordained and written in the heavenly tablets regarding all the seed of Yasharal. He who defiles it shall surely die. So that's the law. Let's keep it moving. And he shall be stoned with stones. And to this Torah there is no limit of days, and no remission, nor any atonement. Yeah? So you won't be forgiven. That's what it says right here. But the man who has defiled his daughter shall be rooted out in the midst of all Yasharal, because he has given his seed to Molech and wrought purposely so as to defile it. Let's keep it moving. And do you, Moshe, command the children of Yasharal and exhort them to not give their daughters to other nations, and not to take for their sons any of the daughters of other nations. This is a law. You can't be what your father is. You can't sleep with anybody, and he's going to be an Israelite. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. For this is abominable before Yahuwah. Yeah? This is abominable. Yeah? The Bible does not support any racial mixing. It does not. Let's keep it moving. For this reason, I have written for you in the word of the Torah all the deeds of Shikmaim, which they wrought against Dinah, and how the sons of Jacob spoke, saying, we will not give our daughters to a man who is uncircumcised, for they were a reproach unto us, and it is a reproach to Yasharal, to those who live, and to those that take the daughters of other nations. So once again, men and women are restricted to not touch the other nations. So how can you be what your father is if it is a sin to mix with other nations? Explain to me. Let's keep it moving. For this is unclean and abominable to Yasharal. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. And Yasharal will not be free from this uncleanness if he has a woman of a daughter of the other nation. So he's saying even Jacob or Jacob, yeah, he was with women of his own kindred, his own, not own family, but I'm saying, his own race, if you want to put it that way, own tribe. Yeah? Whore has given any of its daughters to a man who is of any other nation. So there you are. You can't be what your father is if it is a sin for a man of Israel to sleep with women of other nations. You can't be what your mother is if it is a sin for the woman of Israel to sleep with a man from another nation. And remark, they said the heavenly tablet, so that's when the Torah comes, no more interracial mixing. It's a sin now. Yeah? Because you have situations like Joseph and all that had Egyptian women and then Moshe. But at the time when the Torah is given to the Israelite, they're instructed to not mix anymore. Boom. That's it. Yeah? So let's keep it moving. So now we're going to Nehemiah, chapter 13. And we want verse 23 through 26. Nehemiah chapter 13, and we want verse 23 through 26. Let's read. In those days also saw I Yahudim that had married wives, so that's a man, of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Yahudi language or Jew language, but according to the language of each people. Yeah? So each of these foreigners people, basically language. Let's keep it moving. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and pluck out their hair, and made them swear by Elohim, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourself. Yeah? So you need to understand this is a sin to mix. Yeah? So you can't be what your father is. Let's keep it moving. 26 now. Check this out. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his Elohim, and Elohim made him king over Yasharal, all Yasharal. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish woman cause to sin. So it is a sin to mix. Do you understand that? So how can you be what your father is if it's a sin for a man of Israel to sleep with someone from another nation? Yeah? Explain to me that. Or explain that to me if you want. Better English. Yeah? Alright, so now let's move. More proof. Prove all things. More than what witness. This is what the scripture says. Precept upon precept, right? Let's move. Yeah? And let's read in the Apocrypha First Ezra chapter 8. Yeah. So First Ezra chapter 8. Yeah. And you see that's consistent with the whole scriptures. They're all saying the same thing. Don't take their daughters. Don't give your daughters. They're all saying the same thing. You see that in the book of Jubilees. You're going to see that right there in the Apocrypha. You're seeing that in the normal so-called Bible. Yeah. And let's keep it moving. It's consistent. Yeah. Men of Israel have to be with a woman of Israel to make an Israelite baby. That's what it is. Yeah. So, First Ezra chapter 8, verse 69 to 70. And we read, the nation of Israel, the princes, the priests and Levites, have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites, Egyptians, and Edomites. For both they and their sons have married their sons, yeah? Let's keep moving. They have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the ruler and the great men have been partaker of this what? Iniquity, sin. So once again, it is a sin to take a woman from another nation. It's written right here. So how can you be what your father is? How can you just sleep with any woman from any nation and the baby is going to be an Israelite? Same thing for black people. You're not going to sleep with white people or whatnot, or Chinese or Indian or whatnot, and the baby is black. It's biracial. That's what it is. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We're going to continue in the, sorry, my bad. We're going to continue in the Apocrypha, and we're going to read Tabith Chapter 4, verse 12. And you're going to understand. Tabith Chapter 4, verse 12. Check this out. Beware of all whoredom, my son. So he's talking to a man, right? And chiefly take a wife of thy seed, of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife. Take not. Yeah? Once again, he's consistent with all the scriptures. Yeah? Which is not of thy father's tribe. So even the Israelites were not meant to mix with all the tribe of Israel. So all of y'all are talking about the 12 chart and then the Latino, you can marry them. That's not true. This is a sin either if they were Israelite. But they're not Israelite anyway. Keep it moving. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our father from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. So once again, how can you be what your father is if it is a sin for a man of Israel to take a strange woman? I can go over for the whole day. Yeah? So, let's keep moving. Yeah? Let's keep proving that you're not what your father is. Basically, you're only what your father is among the tribe of Israel. Yeah? You can't sleep with women of the nation and believe that the child is going to be Israelite because you're a man. This is not true. Yeah? So let's keep it moving. We want Ezra. Yeah? The Ezra in the scriptures. Chapter 10, verse, sorry, my bad. Ezra chapter 10, and we want verse 1, yeah, through 11. Let's get it. Ezra chapter 10, verse 1 to 11. Let's read. Now, when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of Elohim, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. Yeah? And Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our Elohim and have taken strange, keyword, wives of the people of the land. So that's the man talking. Yeah? They have sinned by doing so. Let's keep it moving. Yet, now there is a hope in Israel concerning these things. Let me hear it. Now, therefore, let us make a covenant with our Elohim to put away all the wives and such as are born of them. So, if anything, you got to get rid of these children then. If anything. Check this out. Yeah? According to the counsel of my Elohim, or my Adon, if you want, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our Elohim. And let it be done according to the law, according to Torah. You got to get rid of these transchildren then. I'm sorry. Ugly truth. Yeah? Keep it moving. Arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee. We also will be with thee. Be of good courage and do it. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. We're going to 11, right? Then arose Ezra and made the chief priest, the Levites, and all Israel to swear that they should do according to this word. And they swore. So it was a bad thing to have strange wives and strange children, basically. Yeah, because this is strange wives and strange children, basically. Yeah, or to mix, if you want. Yeah. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of Elohim and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. And when he came thither, he did eat no bread, nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgression of them that had been carried away. Yeah, this is talking about when they're coming back from Babylon. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. And they made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem, and that whosoever would not come within 3 days, according to the counsel of all the princes and the elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of those that had been carried away. Let's keep it moving. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the street of the house of Elohim, trembling because of this matter, and for the great rain. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. Now therefore make confession unto Yahuwah your Elohim, or Yahuwah Elohim of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourself from the people of the land and from the strange wives. So I should stop the video right here. Yeah. But I got a little bit more. Yeah. So you understand now that you are not what your father is. Yeah. To be an Israelite, your mom and your father have to be an Israelite. Yeah. Let me give you another example. Let's go to Leviticus. Yeah. Leviticus chapter 24. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 10. And read. Let's read. and the son of an Israelitish woman whose father was an Egyptian. Yeah, so this son, his mom was Israelite, and his father was an Egyptian. Don't read like a dummy, please. Went out among the children of Israel, and the son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. Yeah? So the two guys fought together, right? And the Israelitish woman's son, so the one that was with that had a father that's Egyptian, blasphemed the name of Yahweh and cursed. And they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelomith, the daughter of Dribri, of the tribe of Dan. So it's considered to be an Israelitish, yeah, because his mother was Israelite and his father was Egyptian. So meaning, yeah, it was considered a stranger because of his father Egyptian. But still, also they say that he's Israelitish. They never said that he's a stranger or whatnot. Yeah? The point I'm trying to make, yeah, is that yes, you're only an Israelite because of your mother and your father, but also because you have Israelite blood, you can still go back to into the congregation of Israel. That's why he was there with them. But let me explain that in more details. Yeah. First of all, let me go to Septuagint quickly and read the same verse for those who not going to understand really what really happened. Yeah. And let me read the same in the Septuagint. Septuagint is before KJV, right? And there went forth a son of an Israelitish woman, and he was the son of an Egyptian man among the sons of Israel, and they fought in the camp. The son of an Israelitish woman and a man who was an Israelite. Does that make sense? And the son of the Israelitish woman named the name and curse, meaning blaspheme the name of Yahweh. Yeah? And they brought him to Moses, and his mother's name was Salomith, daughter of Dabri, of the tribe of Dan. So same thing again, yeah? So I hope you understand it better now. Yeah, for those who may try to act like they don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah? But now let me explain further what I was trying to say about there's a hope because you have Israelite blood or whatnot. You can mix back into Israel. Yeah? Deuteronomy Chapter 23. Deuteronomy Chapter 23. And it's a classic, yeah? For those of y'all that do not know, sorry. Deuteronomy Chapter 23, verse 7 through 8. Check this out. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, so thou shalt not hate an Edomite, for he is thy brother. So between Genesis chapter 25 and Deuteronomy, there's a long period. So don't come up with the, we separated from Esau, blah, 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 blah. It's here, yeah? Basically, a good 300 years or 5 or whatnot, or 600 years, or 1,000 years after the birth of Esau, the Edomites are called your brothers. That's Deuteronomy. The birth of Esau is Genesis. Okay, just want to slip that in. And white people are not Edomite. But let me keep it moving. For he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. Yeah? So all of y'all that hates so-called Hamites, yeah? You dumb. Neither, because this is in your law. But anyway, the children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of Yahuwah in their third generation. 3 generations to be an Israelite. So if you are the child, yeah, of someone from another nation, and then an Israelite, Yeah, you gotta mix back into Israel for 3 generations. So let's say I have a biracial man. Yeah, I gotta have a black woman. Yeah, and then my children, they have to marry black again, and then the children of my children have to marry black, and we back. Yeah, we back on track. 3 generations. But the whole conclusion, yeah, of the story is that you are not what your father is. This only works among the tribes of Israel. The conclusion of the matter. Yeah? So I hope this video has been very informative. Yeah? And let's keep Torah. Let's not break Torah. Because this is why we've been cast out of the land. Because we cannot keep Torah. Yeah? So don't teach people to sleep with any kind of woman because the child or children are going to be Israelite. That's not true. Shalom.